My name is Molly Linden. I'm a food safety consultant with We Are Food Safety, and today I'm going to give you a demo about how to get your paper forms into an electronic version with our software so that you no longer need to be keeping track of your paper records. Everything will be electronic. On my screen, I have two of our softwares. The first one is called the FoodSafe Pro CAC program, and the second is called the FoodSafe Pro Tablet program. These are our two softwares that we use to get clients' records to be from a paper form to an electronic form. This record keeping ability is going to be useful for you as a facility because all of your records will go from a paper version to an electronic version, and all of it is custom. So on my screen here, you'll see that we have a variety of records that can be created. Any record that you have on paper currently can be made into an electronic version in this screen that we see here. This means that any type of fields that you have can be added to our electronic records. Any type of record that you might have could be created into our system. In our FoodSafe Pro tablet program, there's a variety of different things that you could add and keep records for. For example, we have areas for keeping fabrication data, RTE or cook data, lab data, and other audit form data. Today specifically, I want to go over our forms data up here. This is, again, any custom record that you could possibly have on paper could be created electronically within our forms module here. In our forms module, you can see a variety of different records. All of these, again, are custom made. This allows operators to find the records that are assigned to them in one easy spot. Each of these forms can be separated by different categories. So we can see that HACCP categories have their spot, SSOP pre-op records have their spot, etc., etc. This allows operators to be able to have all of their records in one spot. So rather than searching the facility for the different paper records that they need to fill out, they can simply pick up a tablet or other computer or device, which would have this program on it, to be able to fill out their records in one easy to find spot. These records are faster and easier to fill out on the electronic software than it is to do on paper because they are all in one easy area to find, and also because at a tap of your finger, you can fill out each of these records. After they have finished filling out their records, they can sign it, and that places it onto our servers where these records can be verified by management. Also with these records, we have the ability to automatically prompt corrective actions. If I go to one of our records here, we can automatically prompt a corrective action. This way, operators no longer have to go through the thought process of thinking, do I need a corrective action or do I not need a corrective action? Instead, the record will prompt a corrective action itself. That way, the operator does not need to go through that thought process. So for example, if I click on this record that we see here, it has a range from 0 to 44. If I enter, let's say, a temperature that is over 44 degrees, so possibly 50 degrees, it will automatically prompt a corrective action on my screen. That way, this corrective action is automatically attached to the record. That would differ from a paper record where you would have two separate pieces of paper for the corrective action and the original record. This way, these are tied so that you no longer have to worry about the corrective action becoming separated from the original record itself. Another beneficial thing about our electronic records is that we have the ability to automatically attach pictures and documents to our records. This allows for more thorough record keeping. You're allowed to have additional information directly attached to this form, which gives you more information about what's going on in a situation um, via pictures or documents. Once you have gone through and logged all of your records, we have an easy spot to be able to view these records. So if I go back to the Food Safe Pro CAC program, under reporting here, I can see all historical data that has been added to the system. So this is very beneficial for the management because they are able to find all of their records in one easy to find spot. This eliminates the need for you to go through filing cabinets and historically date different records back multiple years. Instead, now there is no file for those documents. You don't need to have a historical record of dozens and hundreds of different records on paper. Instead, all of it is found in this software where you can easily query different types of records throughout the years. Oops. So if I look for today's records, I can see here that the operators at this facility were able to fill out these 3 different records. I can easily take a look at each of these, or if I double click on it, I can see this information in more detail. We can see here that the program automatically date, time, and operator stamps all of the records. That makes it so that your operators no longer have to sign their name. They no longer have to add dates and times. The software does it automatically for them. That makes their job just that much easier. And it also makes management's job easier because they can verify with 100% accuracy that this date and time was the date and the time that the form was filled out. So in addition to just reviewing historical records, we also have the ability to do verifications much easier than you would be able to do on paper. You can quickly review this information, and then once you're sure that this information is good and needs no follow-up actions, you can simply come down to the bottom, verify it. It also does a verification date, time, and operator stamp here. And then once I verify it, we can move on to the next one. And we've completed all of the record keeping activities that need to be done for that record up until that point. In addition to being able to search for these records easily to do verification, searching for records is very useful because we can look for certain deviations faster. We can conduct our mock recalls faster. We could go through and perform audits much quicker because all of this information is able to be queried much quicker than we would be able to do if it was on paper. This can be beneficial for a number of reasons, as I mentioned, if not just for your ability to confidently look through these records if there is any kind of issue in the facility. So as a recap, our systems, our 2 softwares, the FoodSafe Pro tablet program and the FoodSafe Pro CAC program, are useful because you can create all of your own custom records. You can allow operators to easily find all of their records in one easy spot. They can then record those records quicker and more easily than they would be able to if those records were on paper. Corrective actions are automatically prompted so that you have confidence that your operators are not accidentally forgetting corrective actions. Those records automatically time, date, and name stamp all of the records that are being filled out. You can automatically attach pictures and documents to these records. You can review those records in one easy to find central location in order to do all of your verifications for a single day or for multiple days, as well as being able to view historical records in the cases of audits, deviations, recalls, etc. And overall, it just gives you more confidence that you have your records in an easy to access location where all of this information will be kept secure rather than being on paper. If you have any questions about how to fill out these records or what kinds of records would be beneficial for your facility, you can reach out to us online on our website, or you can reach out to us directly. Thank you for coming to our booth for this demo.